Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. How you guys doing? We are back for the first live stream of 2023. Happy New Year to everyone in the stream. Hope you guys had a good Christmas if you celebrate, and holidays, whatever. If you do celebrate or don't celebrate, New Year's or whatever. Yeah, we're back. It's been a while. It's I've been saying I'm gonna come back with like live stream, but yeah, it's not been a great ending to the 2022. Like I've just been a bit ill, and I've not been like really ill, like like down with fever, or like it's just been like not I've not been able to just like do what I want to do and just like go out and have a good time. But I think I'm getting there. I think I'm getting better. But yeah, let me see who is in the house and give a shout out to everyone. Thank you for all the support in 2022, and hopefully we can keep going in 2023. So first of all, we got BLE Reviews, which is Nicola. I recognize the name. What's up, brother? Happy New Year to you as well. And make sure you check out his YouTube channel as well. He makes football reviews and things like that, so check out his channel for sure. Long time friend of the channel, Mattia, of course, the Serbian Mafia at the top, right at the top. We've got Nicola and Mattia, the Serbian Mafia, right at the top. Madara, Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you very much. Is this Uchiha? If you changed your name, are you the Milan fan? Because I think that I recognize the name, but it looks like you've changed it. But if it is, shouts out to our Milanista cousin in the house. Of course, Mattia reminding the people, leave a thumbs up. It also helps with the YouTube algorithm. I'll get into the YouTube stuff as well in a moment. So let me first give a shout out to you guys. Excited for Napoli? Yes, Julian. Yes, I am excited. Finally, Inter back. I'm nervous. I am nervous because obviously it's the best team in Italy at the moment. Well, up until the Christmas break, it was, or this November World Cup break, whatever you want to call it. So it is scary that this is the first game back, but maybe this is the best time to play Napoli as well. So excited, but also very nervous for sure. But yeah, finally, as much as we know I like to moan about Inter and stuff, I always prefer to have watch Inter on a regular basis than anything else. Dropic, what's up? Happy New Year. Thank you. Always up, my brother. Been a while. Yes, Muhammad, it has been a while. Hope you are doing well. Kura Black, we back, baby. We back. You know the drill. Shakir, hey man, happy to see you. How's the battle against YouTube going? Yeah, so quick clarification on the YouTube situation. If you guys saw my post yesterday or the other day before, so yeah, not a great ending to 2022. I mean, my post before that one was a good one. It was the YouTube send you an email with like the wrap up of the year of like how many viewers and likes, subscribes, blah blah blah, like very nice numbers. We're close to 5k, so road to 5k continues. But so they've demonetized me. YouTube's emailed me the other day, said that I'm not part of the. So once you reach a certain criteria, as you know, most channels are on this. After 1,000 subs and other criteria you have to meet, you apply, you become a partner with YouTube, and you can start earning, with the they call it the partner program. So you earn money from the ads that you get on YouTube. And then obviously like, the channel membership stuff that we were doing, super chats, all those kind of things. So now they've taken that away from me. 1 second, let me take a sip. And they didn't really explain why, because they're just YouTube. If you've ever dealt with YouTube, they're just not very clear. Their email was very vague, and then you can't really get to speak to a human. It's all like automated, and it's impossible to actually try to speak to someone. So yeah, I think what it's going to be is basically, I think for the next month or so, it will be cancelled, like my monetization. But it's not something that's irreversible. It's something that I can fight, or like I can just reapply next month. So I think what got me, because they said I've used or what I've got flagged up for is reused content, which could be either from other social media platforms or other people's. But so I reckon is some of the shorts I was doing, the YouTube shorts, those 60-second max videos, the ones that are like, you know, mobile version. And some of those, you know, I was using like some World Cup footage or player footage and things like that. So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe that's what's got me. So I'll probably just delete those and then reapply next month, because I have to wait a month now to reapply for that. So that's my thinking, my theory, which I think otherwise, you know, this is my content. This is all I do. So that's the only content really that could be flagged up if it is that. So yeah, I'll probably just get rid of those, reapply, and then hopefully we should be back in business. If not, if that doesn't work, if they don't let me back onto the partner program, I'd have to probably rethink my plan for the channel. Yeah, I don't know if it would be worth continuing, even though, like, you know, again, with the partner, like, you guys, you can research yourselves. Like, small channels like this make that much money a month from YouTube. The revenue, the ads, you get like 2 cents per ad someone watches, or something ridiculously like low like that. But it's just frustrating because obviously I've been doing this for over what, 2-3 years. I mean, I don't even know how long I've been running the channel. Probably like 3 years actually. So yeah, it's like, you know, been working my way up to 5K almost now. So it's just frustrating that a platform can have that much power and take away. Like, imagine if I was doing this full time and they just took that away from me, the ability to earn that. But luckily, I'm not doing that, so it doesn't affect me like too badly. But it's just like, if they don't let me back onto the partner program, then my thinking is, why would I want to continue supporting YouTube? Like, why would I want to keep doing this on a platform that didn't really support me? And I don't think it's even if it is those shorts, I don't really see the reason why I should have been demonetized. So yeah, hope that explains the situation for you guys. So yeah, nothing, I don't really want to speak about it too much, because yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. It is what it is, man. These corporations, when it comes to other stuff, they're very slow to react, but when it's like, you know, I don't know, match content or footage, they're very quick. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's see. Hopefully, Kim, fingers crossed, everything can return back to normal. And yeah, I appreciate all your messages and stuff, guys. Thank you for the support. I've taken it quite well. It's not like really affected me. I'm pretty calm on the situation. It is what it is. I was doing this. It took me like a year to get monetized anyway. I remember when I opened the channel, it took me a while to get monetized anyway. So there's nothing new to me. So hopefully it gets resolved next month, as I said. Thank you everyone for the new year wishes. Beautiful community. Of course, the on the Discord as well, we are on 84 people on the Discord chat, which is great to see. Yeah, 84 as of right now in the Discord chat. So let me know if you guys want to join the Discord chat. Be careful with shorts in the future. Yeah, definitely, Mattia. I will be. Happy New Year, Shama. Wish you all the best. Thank you, Eduardo. Hope you are doing well. What's up, Besisa? Twitch, here we come. Hey, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, maybe it would be a case of just going to a different platform. But again, it's a case of rebuilding from scratch, isn't it? I don't know if I'd have like the mental strength and energy to do that. But again, I'm not ruling anything out. If it comes to that, I probably will, because I do still enjoy talking about Inter. I'll just have to do it somewhere else, I guess. But I'll definitely need all your support if I do go on a different platform to help me get started and have at least this few initial subscriptions, so I'm not starting from zero. Thank you, Eduardo. Thank you. I know you guys will help me and back me. Wait, what's happening here? Nothing's happening, Kirby. Nothing is happening. You see us anywhere near top 2? Okay, let's get started with the Inter. At the moment, I don't see any Inter anywhere near the top 2. In the form that we were in the first half of the season, we don't deserve to be. But I think squad-wise, team-wise, we still are definitely one of the definitely top 4 team. In Serie A, there's no denying that, and we definitely have underachieved in the first half. So I think if it's on paper, I think we still are top 2, top 3 team in this league. I know we still lack certain type of players, and we miss Perisic and all these kind of things, and we maybe need some different defenders. But I still think in Serie A level, we're still definitely one of the best teams on paper. We just need to be showing that on a regular basis and winning those big matches now more than ever. Exactly, Matteo. World Cup was cool and all, but we need our fix right into our veins. YouTube has monopoly on user created videos 100%. Cheers, bro. Happy New Year from the US. Thank you, Christian. Happy New Year to you as well. Actually, since I've come back from the US, since my trip to the US, I have been struggling with my health. I don't know what maybe I caught something out there. But yeah, it's been 2 weeks since I've come back from the US, and I'm still not like back to 100%. Thank you, Basisa. Yeah, I just had my haircut today. I had another haircut for like a month as well. Do I think anyone will come in January? No, I don't think Kulibaba. I don't think anyone will come in January. I mean, again, numerically, especially because of the it depends on injuries, but we've seen like even in the summer, yes, we need players like qualitatively to improve in certain situations, but numerically we're fine. And I've always said that, like, it's in this regime at the moment, as long as there's not like an actual emergency, like last year we needed a striker and we just brought in Caicedo, but with now that Lukaku is back from injury, full time, fingers crossed. We're back to the 4 strikers that we've never actually got to rotate, and all the other players. Brozovic is injured now again, but numerically this team is fine. It's just qualitatively we need to improve a lot of positions. So I just think they're gonna keep it as is. Even I didn't think nothing was gonna happen last January, guys, and we brought in Gosen. So there could be something like that could happen, but that's only gonna happen within Italy, because those are the teams that let you have these loan with buy optional obligation in Gosens is like obligation triggers like only this year. So yeah, even though it was 25 million, it was like it didn't cost us anything in the last fiscal year. So if it happens, it'll be something like that where it's like a loan with option. But then who are you going to bring in? Thuram, as you guys have seen the reports, the embarrassing reports, we don't even have the 10 million. And this is nothing new. Even I remember my video about Thuram was like, my preference is spend whatever you have to spend in January to get this guy, so you don't have to compete with the Premier League and the other boys. Bring him in January. But I said in that video, can Inter actually do that? And our answer came like a few days ago when the report came that 10 million is not a fee that Inter can afford in January, which is absolutely embarrassing. But that's the reality of our situation. And I was not surprised at all. I've been pretty strong on this difficulty of our situation for a few years, and people were calling me quite negative a while back. But yeah, the situation, it really is quite dire. Big up, bro. Can't wait for the Serie A to return. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, we can't wait as well. Make sure you guys check out Michael Talks Football, another great channel. Friend of the channel, of course, makes content on football from all around Europe. Great guy. Make sure you guys check him out for sure. We got some positivity in the house with Maurizio Inzaghi, who's saying Inter will win the Scudetto and Lukaku will cook the league. That's his feeling. Well, brother, I hope you are right. That would be perfect. 2023. And actually, speaking of 2022, from last year, guys, what is your favorite moment from last year? Because the one that stands out to me is not the Sanchez winner against Juve. That was nice as well. But again, it's the Supercoppa. Like, even against Milan, like if we win, it would be nice. But it's a trophy, but it's not really like that much of a trophy. It's more of a trophy than it is in the Premier League. It means more than the Community Shield because it's in the middle of the season. But it's still, it's okay. To me, it was the Coppa Italia. To me, the win against Juve and the Perisic goal against Juve, that was my favorite like goal and moment of 2022. Like beating Juve, and that was like the third time that season we beat them. Like such a, I mean, yeah, we struggled against Milan last year, but Juve, we had their number last year, so that was really, really, really enjoyable. So that's my favorite moment of 2022. What about you guys? Just a quick little, yeah, quick little question about 2022. Be interested to see. I bet a lot of people will say the Sanchez winner against Juve, which is also fair. But yeah, interested to see if you guys have other moments, standout moments. Yeah, that's the one. The Perisic one really stands out. That volley, the one outside of the box, left foot, bam. And what a way for Perisic to leave Inter as well. It was a perfect ending to his year or his time at Inter. The real question is who is leaving in January. That's also, to me, I don't think anyone's going to leave in January either. I don't think any of the starters, I don't think are going to leave in January, because that would be a big mistake. Even like, I know we probably want to sell Dumfries, and he's like the number one target to be sold, and the most profitable, like most marketable at the moment, and the one that would hurt the least, but not in January. Like, you can't sell starters in January. You have to go to the end of the season, and then you have until 30th of June, because we still have to make around, I don't want to bring the Excel sheet up, the famous Excel sheet, but there's still about 30 million that we still need to make. Remember, there was that 60 million net transfer profit that we needed to make by the end of this financial year. So there's still about 25, 30 million, if I remember correctly, to be made, which is, with Dumfries, 50 million, 50 plus million Dumfries, that's done. That's sorted with that. Oh, obviously depends who the replacement is, how much you spend on him. But in theory, selling Dumfries should get you that nicely covered. But yeah, apart from that, I don't really see anyone else leaving in January. Yeah, and of course, the big hope for 2023, as Frank says, it is hopefully finally some clarity and some long-term freedom from the Suning ownership now. Because again, I keep reiterating, there's nothing against them. They have done great work at Inter. They have pumped a lot of money into Inter, almost €1 billion into Inter, and it's fair enough that they want 1.2, 1.3 billion euros, whatever the figure is that they want. But we need to move on now. We need ownership that is able to continue pumping money into the club and not rely on us having to sell every single summer just to keep afloat. What do you think about Theo Hernandez? Yeah, he's the best left back in the league for me. Unfortunately, as much as I like other players, and of course Di Marco as well, but to me, as much as I hate Theo as well, he's definitely my most hated player now. He's definitely overtaken Bonucci and Cuadrado, but unfortunately, he is definitely one of the best left backs in the world. But it is what it is. As much as I dislike him, and a lot of us do dislike him. Hey Spiders, hope you are doing well. Zang is selling until the stadium deal is approved, and he over $1 billion exactly. Yeah, and the stadium. Oh my goodness. 2023, I hope we say this every year, but 2023 hopefully is the year that we get clarity on the stadium situation. Yes, that is also another thing that is keeping probably stopping the valuation being met, or someone actually wanting to buy Inter for around $1 billion, because the stadium being at least confirmed and being scheduled to be built will be a big convincing factor for someone that wants to come in. But that's still not resolved. The Milan council still dragging their feet. It looks like, yeah, the local people of the San Siro area are not really wanting this. It's too much pollution going to be caused by the demolition of the San Siro. Like, they want to hold on to the San Siro, like, historically as well. Like, there's just too much. Like, they just need to forget about the San Siro area, go to Sesto San Giovanni, the other area that they looked into. There's another area they also explored with Milan. Even if it isn't with Milan, just they need to make it happen. They need to just let it go, because clearly it's not going to happen at the San Siro area. Basisa agrees with me. Perisic goal against Juve 100%. Barca game as well. Oh yeah, that's a good good moment. That's a good moment for sure. But yeah, it's Champions League group stage. It's not. If it was like, maybe if it was in the knockout stages, it would have been. But Champions League group stage is like, it's nice, but I wouldn't like say it's kind of peak moment. We need to win Supercoppa. I don't know if they confirmed the utter dominance against us. I mean, utter dominance is what we had in the derby for like 7-8 years with them. Just because they've now won the last couple of derbies. I mean, they're dominating us now. But yeah, we definitely need to win this for like just how bad we were in the last derby for sure, and what they did to us last season. So the next two derbies, we can definitely just cannot lose them. No, you cannot do that. It's embarrassing. Oh my god, where's this like positivity all of a sudden now coming from? Like, Jesus, how many points are we off Napoli? Like, where are you guys getting this like positivity wave from? Let's have a look at the table. Are we like 11 points, 12 points? Yeah, 11 points off Napoli. I mean, we need Napoli to literally have a complete meltdown, like even worse than we had last year, because we were at 1.7 points clear, and obviously we let that slip. But this is 11 points off us, and then off. Oh yeah, I guess if you count Milan, Milan has 7 points, 8 points. So I guess yeah, but they're still. I think. Oh yeah, look at that. They're still unbeaten. So that I think yesterday PSG lost. So that means Napoli is still the last remaining unbeaten team in the top 5 leagues in Europe. So maybe Inter are the team that might break that for Napoli. Barca Inter, most Inter game of 2022. Oh, I guess you're talking about the return, the one away. Yeah. What a crazy game that was. Crazy game, sending Barca to Europa League. Yeah, I think you're all kind of being like the recency bias of the Barcelona game, the euphoria of that Barcelona game, and the bonus factor of sending Barca to Europa League is kind of outshining our actual winnings of trophies. Yeah, that's true. It's for the entire football world. Gabriel says the same. Sanchez goal because it was scrappy. Yeah, there is something about a scrappy goal, isn't it? There's just something a little extra. Beating Milan in the semi-final and also the second leg versus Barca, though it was a draw. Oh yeah, the Milan 3-0, that one was nice as well. But again, yeah, you could see like Milan didn't really care about that. Their focus went straight onto the league, and it worked. Like, I thought that game, remember when we beat them 3-0, we thought, oh, this could be the moment that, like, we've taken revenge for the derby in the league when they beat us 2-1. But no, they did not let that 3-0 bashing affect them. Like, they just completely, ignored that and went on to, that was the last streak of winnings where they conceded, like, was it 1 goal in 6 games or something crazy like that, with Kalulu and Tamori centre back? Like, it was crazy. Like, that ending run that Milan did, crazy. No one could have predicted that, and they actually pulled it off. No one in, no one outside. Yeah, pretty much. Who would you renew from the players that leave this summer? I think I made a video about that, didn't I? A few, just before or during the World Cup, if I remember correctly, because I remember making a graphic for it. I think I did. Let's see in my Canva if I have the graphic still. Yeah, I still have the graphic here. So yeah, so we said, and we discussed this together, didn't we? I think So Skriniar, of course, 100%. He needs to renew, and we'll talk about his situation in a moment. Jacko, as we said, and I think that is what things are leading to at the moment with him as well. Extension, but like halved or like much reduced salary, and definitely not to be the starter anymore, which it was already supposed to be this season. De Vrij, yes, if he takes a pay cut, but it looks like it's unlikely. Darmian, yes. Gagliardini, no. Handanovic, no. Unless he takes another big cut. Because I think at the moment he earns the same as Onana. We definitely can't be having that. Cordas, yes, because it doesn't really matter. D'Ambrosio, yes. Dalbert, no. So yeah, there's your answer there, Besisa. I think it's if I remember correctly, that's how we answered them together in the live stream last time round. I heard McAllister rumors. Any thoughts or info on it? No, I think it's just one of those random rumors, like one of the many that you hear around the transfer window. I don't see what, how, like, you know, our priorities are in the striker position, and if Dumfries leave the right wing back, and the centre back position, depending on what happens with Skriniar and De Vrij. So the midfield position is definitely not the priority for Inter, especially with McAllister, which is like, what is it, 30, 40 million. And I think, yeah, I like him, but I think he's been way overhyped this World Cup. You know, he took the spot of, it was supposed to be Lo Celso's spot, but yeah, he's a nice player, but I don't really see. I feel like it's that weird World Cup hype he's getting. What if we don't make that 30 million? Well, it's not like it's not set in stone, but yeah, we have that's the directive coming from Steven Zhang, the ownership, that certain figure needs to be made, and I'm sure it's backed by, you know, the accounting team and the finance team, that this is what needs to be done to keep Inter going. So it's not like a set in stone figure. So it could be, you could make more or slightly less, but if we don't make it, they'll probably have to make more cuts salary wise. So like make cuts elsewhere to try and get close to that, like, you know, get rid of higher earners or cut salaries and things like that. So yeah, it's not like a set in stone figure, but Inter definitely need to get as close as possible to that pretty much every summer. Where do I live? Leicester, UK. Gabriele, I don't know if you're new to the channel. And we live in the UK, in the Leicester area. Will Sesto area be shared, or there will be separate stadiums? So I know that, as far as I know, the Sesto San Giovanni area is also shared. The preference from Milan and Inter still seems to be the shared stadium between the two teams, because they've already created. So they've created a actually, my friend did a great graphic the other day showing Inter's ownership situation. Bernard, let me see if I can find it. And that one also includes the stadium entity. They've created a separate entity to where, you know, where the money is invested into the stadium. Let me see. Oh, but it will be hard to scroll in this one, wouldn't it? Oh yeah, because Twitter doesn't let you scroll. Wait, what if I... Yeah, wait, let me save the image and share it as like a PDF or something. So PNG to PDF converter. Because I think then I'll be able to zoom in a little bit more, if I am correct in my thinking. Oh, damn it. Oh no, that didn't work. But yeah, anyway, so let me share it anyway. I won't be able to zoom into it, sorry guys, but I'll use it for my reference anyway. So so first of all, shouts out to @Fee on Twitter. Make sure you follow him. He's in the finance world, so a lot of his tweets might be hard to understand, but he's definitely a good source to follow. So this is Zhang family. This is, like, you know, what they own, Suning Appliance Group, blah blah blah. Suning's Holdings Group, all the various things that come underneath. And here, this is where we come underneath. So we come underneath Jiangsu Suning Sports Co., which is under Suning Sports International, then Great Horizon, then Grand Sunshine, and Grand Tower SARL. That is the company that owns 68% of Inter via the Zhang family. And then there's that 31%, owned by Lion Rock Capital. And then minority shareholders, 0.4%, Pirelli, blah, blah, blah. And then, where is it? Oh, yeah. So here is the entity they've created an entity with Milan for the San Siro, for the stadium. So this is the entity that they will take out the loan against to build the stadium. It will be like this, and it will be shared 50-50 with Milan, and the revenues of that new stadium goes into this entity as well. So they will both revenues will be shared via this new entity that will be created. So yeah, I think that's the idea with the Sesto San Giovanni, which is just outside. If you guys don't know where that is, it's a good area because that one is quite well linked. It's quite well linked. It's like it's on like the outskirts of Milan, like in the north of it. So it changes. People are against it because it does change the area massively. Because at the moment, Inter are in the southern area, so it does change the area completely. But it is quite well linked to the motorway or the highway and transport links. So it is, and there's more space there as well. But yeah, to me, as long as it's in Milan, it doesn't really matter. As long as you don't really step out too much, even if I think there was also talks of being in there were other areas they've looked into as well. But to me, as long as you're not in Monza or anywhere else, you're still in Milan. It doesn't really matter too much where it is. But I'm sure, of course, people that live in Milan would be more, worried about these certain little details and things like that. I would like to get everyone there, wherever else is on. Yeah, the positivity that we were seeing earlier, everyone on copium. Yeah, maybe this is what you get, guys. After we've had such a long break from Inter, you forget how much this team hurts us and how much of a pain in the ass usually they are. Okay, let's talk about the Skriniar situation now. I haven't talked about it because obviously I haven't been able to talk about it on my channel because I've been like the World Cup content, and then as I said, I've not been well, and this type of stuff I prefer talking about it on a live stream where we can have some back and forth with you guys rather than the 10-15 minutes videos. So let me bring up the latest news I read today, and this is around pretty much what we know. The thing with the Skriniar situation is the situation is as it is. Like there's no developments. People keep there's always for some reason every day there's something new posted. Like there's nothing's moved, but it would just someone be saying oh, they're not confident today. Oh no, today there's some hope perspiring through the walls of Inter. That's just the news that comes out every Tutto Sport. Oh, today Ausilio Marotta feel less confident as they haven't heard back from Skriniar. Oh, now they've set a deadline for mid of January. No, actually, there's not a deadline. It's just as I always say, guys, for the sake of writing, there's always seems to be just always some sort of news, for the sake of there being news, which that's the type of news I hate the most. That's the news that's there for the sake of news. So the situation with Skriniar is the offer is on the table. The offer is on the table. That's 100% guaranteed. Ausilio, Marotta, both have confirmed it. Multiple sources have confirmed it. The offer is on the table. This is the latest report that I read that came out yesterday from FC Internews. which over the years, like FC Inter News used to be basically like just aggregation. Like this is the source where most this news is like collected from all the different sources. But nowadays they've also become a bit of a source themselves. Like they also do their own reporting sometimes. But this one comes from Sky Sport Italy, which is still, there's no 100% source out there, but the Sky Sport Italy still is, I would say, one of the higher tier sources. So what they report is that Inter's offer is, the 6 million plus bonuses, basically 6 plus 500k in bonuses, or maybe a bit more in bonuses, and that is what Inter's directors and ownership believes that's the best they can do. Everything they can to offer him a competitive salary, which is in line with other top earners, which is true as well. So there's two sides to this. I think it is a good offer. This they probably can push a little bit more. I've also read earlier that Skriniar is probably hoping for like something closer to 7, to like something that takes him to 7.5 million in total. So they're not far off that. They're not far off that. And the thing is, as we've seen with Brozovic and with Lautaro, because these guys don't benefit from the Decreto Crescita, so they don't benefit from the growth decree tax benefits. So their salary is actually costs into like the full tax amount. So they actually, so like I'll give you an example how it works. So like if we signed Thuram for 6.5 million, it wouldn't cost as much. So like so actually at the moment, as I'll show you here, so Brozovic is actually our highest earner, but not in his pocket. In his pocket, his take home is not the highest. That's Lukaku still, but that's because he benefits from the growth decree. So Lordo, which means the gross, we only pay Lukaku 11 only. 11.14 million, because we've signed him, and that's why we had to sign. That's why we had to make that signing before. Remember how quickly we had to do the Lukaku signing, because we had to take advantage of that before, was it 30th of June or July or something like that, because otherwise we couldn't do it. We couldn't take advantage of these benefits. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to afford this, because his full salary with this would have been like 15, or like, yes, it would have been like crazy. That would have made it unaffordable for us. So that is the main reason why we were able to pull this off. So Skriniar at the moment, we're offering him basically, we're saying, we're going to make you alongside Lautaro and Brozovic, probably, even more than Brozovic with the bonuses. So it costs us 12 million. So in that term, they make him the most paid. I don't know if the armband is in that or not, but from Inter side, guys, this is the reality. This is the wages Italian teams can offer. You see, AC Milan, Rafael Leao, they can't go. Like Leao wants 8-9 million net, and Milan fans quite rightly are saying, give him the money he wants. Like he deserves it. With Skriniar, we're saying he wants 7, 8, 9, whatever. Give him to him, because we don't care. It's not our money, and we feel that these players deserve it. Leao was the MVP of Serie A last season. One of the best upcoming talents. Why would you not give him the money he wants? But Milan have a very strict salary cap, and we've seen it. They were not willing to budge over Donnarumma. They didn't budge with him. Hakan, they didn't budge with him. Kessie, they didn't budge with him either. So they stand very strong, and they're willing to lose their players on the free as well. Inter, we definitely now I think we are more. In the past, we've definitely been able to push the boat out a little bit. We've seen, with likes of Sanchez, Vidal, guys that probably didn't deserve those salaries, but we were able to get them in the team because Conte wanted them wherever. Now I think we're also probably trying to cap the salaries in the squad. So in that term, I can't fault Inter in terms of what the salary they've offered is, because it is in line. You are becoming, the top earner at the club, as he should be, of course, because right now, where is he? Look at him all the way down here on 3. He earned less than Correa, then Mkhitaryan, then De Vrij. That's definitely no. He should be one of the top 3 earners for sure. But the problem is, why did they wait so long? Like this should have been sorted out. Why did it take? Like, we're on the 6 months left of his contract. It's just, and then why was he on? Why were you negotiating for him last summer? Why were you, even talking to PSG? So obviously he feels disrespected as well, quite rightly. And this has not been a good handling of the situation from Skriniar. This one should have been wrapped up much earlier. It should have been wrapped up before. Why do you have to wait till this season to get this wrapped up? So it's definitely not been handled very well. Thank you, Brad. Thank you. So thank you everyone that's giving me comments on the fresh cut. And yes, Simi, I don't know if the armband thing as well has been offered or not, because as far as we know at Inter at the moment, it just seems like they give it in seniority. Like, we know how it works. If Handanovic starts, he still is the club captain, but of course, finally he doesn't start because of Onana. So in that case, I'm now starting 11. Usually, Brozovic always starts. So in by seniority, in terms of how much time he's been at the club, in that starting 11, it's Brozovic, and we've seen, it's usually Brozovic when he starts. He's the captain or the vice captain. Even when Handanovic was there, even when Conte was there, Brozovic was the vice captain. But when D'Ambrosio starts, he gets it, because by actual, like, total seniority, he is, after Handanovic, the guy who's been here longest. So it's kind of like there is a ranking there already. So I don't really know if they can offer, or they will offer it like that, or even if he wants it. Like, he's never really made the claim to be wanting the armband either. But of course, you guys know what my thoughts on it is. I want Skriniar to be the captain, and 100% if he renews as well. So, like, okay, so that's the one side. So I think the offer is fair, but at the same time, you have to think about it on Skriniar's thinking. Let's get into, like, we talk about Inter side. Offer fair, but too late. Now you're leaving it a little bit too late. And then now let's talk about it on Skriniar's side. Probably feels a bit disrespected in the summer. Like, he was, up until the last day of the transfer window, guys. Could we say that Skriniar was going to stay at Inter? No. Remember, I even made a thumbnail, and it's still there. I still haven't deleted the Canva thumbnail that I've made of, Skriniar leaving. It's still there. So he definitely feels disrespected. And then the offer he got from PSG, guys, depending on which report you read, but the reports I read was, he was offered 8 to 9 million net a season, plus a rich signing bonus as well. So, he's even Inter's best offer. This blows out even Inter's best offer for contract renewal out of the water, because even after Inter, which we're more than doubling his current salary now with our new offer, but at PSG probably be tripling it, because he can earn up to 9 million net a season, and of course doesn't have to worry about trophy wise or challenging wise, because he knows he will be probably winning the Ligue 1 title every season, playing with Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, or like whatever. So he's my favorite player, Skriniar, and obviously I want him to be captain, but at the same time, would I blame him when you have an offer like that on the table, 5-year contract? What's that like? Let's say he does earn, let's just say he earns 8, even it will underplay PSG's contract. That's 40 million net for 5 years, plus whatever his signing bonus would be if he thingies. So let's go with Inter. Let's say 6.5 times A 4-year contract or 5-year? There's a 4-year contract that's 26. If it's 5-year contract, that's 32. So yeah, either way, he's leaving considerable millions on the table if he takes the Inter offer. So yeah, hopefully I never need that thumbnail. Hopefully I never need that thumbnail. So it is a tricky situation. But I'll finish up on this, guys. Yeah, no, we pay fully Lukaku salary. So I'm still weirdly confident on the Skriniar situation just because it is Skriniar. And again, I tweeted this about this, and I've talked about this in the past as well. When you look at his agent, let me find actually my tweet. Yeah, so I tweeted this back in October, and because this reminded me of the Brozovic situation. So if you look up Brozovic's agent, Roberto Sistici, you can't see like he was a footballer, but like lower league footballer, so not someone of like he's probably known, definitely more known than me, but not well known. And then on his Transfermarkt profile, which I don't know how accurate, he could be a massive super agent, but I've never heard of him before, and it doesn't show as any other clients in his profile. Yeah, it actually doesn't even show him as like as an agent on there. And Brozovic was similar last year. Brozovic, it took until March, and that was a bit of a saga as well. Remember, guys, it was like, oh, next week he's signing. Next week, oh no, after the Super Cup, no, after this, after that, and they kept dragging on. But that's what gave me hope because, in my opinion, if a player wants to move, he'll get like a good agent or like a super agent, like he'll go get one of the well, obviously Mino Raio's he's passed away now, but his brother Enzo is still considered to be a good agency, George Mendes, or whoever you want to mention. Like you go and get a big, well-connected agent, and he hasn't done that here. It looks like he's picked someone that might be his, I don't know, family friend, personal friend, which is what Brozovic did. He had his dad and like a family or like a friend lawyer that dealt with Inter in the past, and that's how he resolved it. Because if he was interested in moving, I think a player would go and find an agent that would facilitate that, not a guy that doesn't seem like he's even an agent full time. So that's what continues to give me confidence in this, and the fact that Inter are pushing themselves to as far as they can. I think they can push themselves a little bit more. I think they can probably take it up to take it up to 7 and have him, you guaranteed to be our highest paid player. You are, 7 million. I mean, I've even heard that the bonuses could potentially push it up even up to 8. That's massive. I think that would make him, well, apart from Lukaku, that would make him the highest paid in Serie A potentially, because I can't remember. Vlahovic earned 7.5, but probably bonuses maybe in that. De Ligt used to be the highest paid. De Ligt was on like 8 plus 4. Like he was on a potentially a deal that was worth up to 12, which obviously was stupid, and that's why he deserved clowning. So yeah, I mean, of course, Skriniar does deserve that, but that definitely will bring an added level of pressure, definitely on Skriniar, because then he is. It's just how it is. The game is the game. Once you start earning, you become the highest paid defender in Serie A or something. Like I'm sure the newspaper headline will say something like that. You'll be scrutinized a lot more. But yeah, so that's my opinion on it, guys. I'm still quite confident, and Skriniar as a character, I still, maybe stupidly, maybe I'm naive, but I still have faith in Skriniar as a character, as a person, to come through and show what he showed us in the past already. He doesn't need to anymore because he's already shown it to us, and it's hard to turn down what PSG have offered him. but I still have faith in Skriniar. So that's my opinion on that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. No, so Rabiot earns 7, but he wants 10 million. That's what he wants for his new. So his contract is up for renewal now. But Juve won't. Like, again, yeah. Even Juve in the past they probably would have, but even Juve now having to cap that. You know, obviously with Ronaldo, they just like completely destroyed that before. But even with them, I think Vlahovic now is the highest earner, 7.5, and yeah, Rabiot earns 7. But yeah, he wants 10 now, just because he's got like his first 6 real good, consistent 6 months he's had, and he wants 10 million. So Juve is like, no, you're not getting that, mate. So yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that was crazy money to pay Rabiot anyway, but that's what you get when you buy a free transfer. Yeah, let me pull it up. So yeah, here's Pogba, of course. Yeah, he's on 8. And I'm sure he's got some bonuses in there because he had to take a big pay cut from United. So I'm sure there's some bonuses that obviously he's not getting any of those bonuses at the moment because he hasn't even played. But yeah, Paredes, Rabiot, Vlahovic, there he is. So yeah. But yeah, you see, it's all around Italy, like, you know, they're having to cut wages, or like just keep on top of them now. That time of free spending on free agents, even for Juve, they're gonna have to take a little cut. Do you think Milan and Juve bring in someone January? Yeah, well, Milan already have. Milan today or yesterday brought a goalkeeper from I don't know, where is it? Uruguay, South America, somewhere. What was it? I forgot what his name was. No, I forgot what his name is. Paraguay. Okay, thank you, Basisa, from Paraguay. Yeah, they brought some guy for 400k. Looks like one of their scouting, you know, one of those. That's what they do, Milan. They buy cheap young players, scouted. So yeah, the goalkeeper actually, Magnon, is still going to be out for the Super Cup game against us, which is good news. You know, people forget Leao won MVP because of those, you know, he really like went mad, crazy, like in those last 6-7 games, took it to the next level. But really and truly, if we took like the whole season, it was Mike Magnon. He was the MVP of Milan. So yeah, he's gonna be a big miss, Mike Magnon. Even though we lost to Milan when bloody Tatarusanu was in goal and Lautaro missed his penalty. But yeah, so that is going to be a big miss. And yeah, they said he might come back for the Spurs game because that's like in February. So we'll have to see. But at least, yeah, it looks like at least January he's going to miss out, Magnon. So that's why they've brought in this young Paraguayan goalkeeper. So we'll have to see whether he plays or not. Yeah, same, Basisa, man. I hope you know, we just wake up. Yeah, from what I understand, yeah. So there's no deadline given to Skriniar. I think it's like, it seems the way of Inter do. Like they seem to be quite, like they give you the offer, but also like you remember with, like I was saying, Brozovic, like it took up until March. I hope it doesn't take that long. I hope it doesn't drag on that long. I think that would be amazing, Mohammed. If we renews before we go to play the Super Cup, that would be a fantastic boost. I would love that. Please, no more Excel sheets. Yeah, you know, I don't really want to be doing these Excel sheets. Do you want Berardi and Inter? No, Gabriele. I just don't see where he really fits in our formation. Yes, Kevin, 100%. You know, we've been talking about this on the channel. I think Inter will go more to the route of buying younger players again now. I think Marotta's hinted towards that, and I think Alcaraz will be a player that we go for. Hopefully, he doesn't get stolen by Benfica or Man City or other teams that are well connected and well just been buying in South America really well recently. So I do hope we go for players like that as well. But yeah, it needs commitment from Inter strategy and also by the coach. Like, we need to also get commitment from Inzaghi to actually play. If we buy players like these that are not ready straight away, they will need time. But that is the way forward. Like, Napoli showed it as well with buying, Kim from the Turkish league, Kvara, like, these lesser known players nowadays. As long as you've got the right profile, the athleticism, the mentality, it shouldn't really matter how famous you are or what you've done in the past. Yeah, and that is really funny actually, Nadim, because I saw Snudgets, our boy Snudgets on Perisnitch on Twitter showed us that. So yeah, this is the guy they signed. Okay, so he is Colombian. That's why I was confused. They signed him from Paraguay, but he is Colombian. So yeah, he's got 11 points. This guy Davis Vasquez, and he follows. He doesn't follow Milan, but he follows Inter, and he also follows Handanovic. Someone showed up me afterwards. So obviously, I'm sure now he's probably like unfollowed us and followed Milan or whatever. But it was funny that he followed Inter, not Milan, and Handanovic. And yeah, maybe that's the Freddy Guarin factor with the Colombians or Cordoba. Shows in the Copa. So yeah, that'll be interesting if they play. I doubt they play him in such a big game straight away. Yeah, 100% Maurizio Inzaghi. That is something we've needed for a while. Shamaji Namaste. Mr. Inter feels awkward after World Cup restarting. Yes, 100%. Namaste to you as well. Probably missed half the stream. How's the YouTube situation? Yeah, if you rewind back, I talked about it for a few minutes, but yeah, basically I'll just have to reapply for the YouTube partner program next month, and then we'll see how it goes. That's the little summary. Who's winning the Scudetto? Does Juve have a chance? Yeah, of course. I think everyone in this like top 4-5 still has a chance. I think it will be Napoli. I think, and I would rather it be Napoli if it's not us. 100% rather it be Napoli than Milan or Juve. But I think, yeah, I don't think it will. I think Napoli will have a drop off. I don't think it will continue as the way that they have, because I think it's unsustainable, like the start they've had. But there will be a drop off, but I don't think it will be big enough for other teams to take advantage of. But yeah, but I think with Juve, like you guys, you got so many injuries as well. Like when will you actually get to play your actual full starting 11, like with Di Maria, with Pogba, with Bremer, with Vlahovic? Like it seems like there's always someone, Chiesa, there's always seems like there's someone injured. Because again, I always keep saying on paper, I still think Juve are one of the best squads in the league. I don't know why they get so underrated on paper. Like that's why Allegri was massively underachieving before. This is where they should have been. They should have been challenging for the title, regardless of what they need. But I think it will be Napoli. I will do a preview for the Napoli game. It's on Wednesday, so we've got tomorrow. So I'll cook something up quickly tomorrow. Napoli preview. Boys Vlahovic. Oh yeah, we've got Vlahovic, Dusan Vlahovic here. What's up? I wish you came to Inter. Or actually, funnily enough, you see how the Vlahovic situation as well. Like, I was always on the Vlahovic train, but you see how even he's having like injury issues at the moment, like these groin problems he's having. Like, imagine if we bought him for like 70 million and now he's like constantly out with his groin injuries and like just you don't even know whether he's fit, whether he's not fit. So that's what I'm saying. You can never predict things with players. It's hard to predict these injury things with players. When you think about it on paper, young, up and coming, athletic player, boom, ready to play every single game, 100%. But this is part of like maybe some, he's growing into his body as well still. So yeah, interesting situation. Any news of Korea? No, bro. Just as I said in the summer, people that were making up stuff that, Inzaghi wanted to keep Korea, he didn't want Dybala. I was like, what was the offer for Korea? First tell me which team came and offered money for Korea. Like that kind of triggering clickbait news that was just like there. Like that was not the reason. I mean, there is the reason, like, because Korea is in the squad, it means that we don't have space for Dybala, but it's not because we rejected an offer for Korea. There needs to be an offer for Korea, and yeah, at the moment there is no news, mate. We're gonna struggle. We're gonna struggle to get rid of Korea because yeah, he's already 28. He's not even he's not even young. He's not even spring chicken, and that injury history, he's gonna be very difficult to get rid of. It's gonna be potentially like a João Mario Dalbert situation where we just have to keep loaning him out until his value is just like so low that we can, sell him for cheap or just like cancel his contract. Oh yeah, by the way, speaking of Dalbert, he's back as well. So he had an ACL injury at the beginning of the season, and yeah, you might be seeing him in training and stuff. But I think I read that Inter are trying to get rid of him, even though he's only got 6 months left on his contract. Yeah, there's always talk that Newcastle is interested, but if Newcastle are interested, Newcastle are one of those teams that they can buy the player like that if they were actually interested. So yeah, and I don't see him doing well in the Premier League at all. I think that would be the worst league possible for Korea. He needs to go to like that's his level. A mid-table, like a top 6-7 team, like like his Sevilla was. He was good at Sevilla when he was a winger for them. Lazio, challenging for top 4, top 6. Like that's his level. That's the type of team you need to be playing for. Clearly, Inter was too much of a step up for him. So yeah, hopefully we can work him into some form, or maybe swap deal, something like that somewhere. That would be probably the best way to get rid of him. One thing I want to talk about, the Lukaku interview, guys. What did you make of the Lukaku interview? This guy is giving more interviews than goals for Inter. So he made pretty much a year after the famous interview with Sky Sport Italy, the reason why he's here, that famous interview where he was twerking for us. A year later, he made another interview with Matteo Barzaghi, the same guy. I'm surprised that he was there, like just run it back straight. And you could see, it's just his chance to explain himself. Let me pull up the interview, or like the snippets from the interview, because I don't know if it's like fully been released, because it's some weird like multi-part interview. I hate when they do it these days, like all for like social media, just so they can give you snippets and keep you on your toes. Let's go. Where is it? Lautaro spoke as well, but his one was pretty boring. Yeah, and the top, the jumper was very similar to that. Yeah, the same beige brown jumper that he had in the original interview. The Jay-Z and Lukaku picture was surprising. Oh, have you not seen that before? That was quite, when Inter won the Scudetto, that picture, we saw that around. But we was surprised. What was surprising was the fact that he said that Jay-Z actually watches Inter, which I don't know if I believe him or not. Maybe he tunes in. Maybe Jay-Z tunes into the Uncle Sharma channel. It's the Rock. Shouts out Jay-Z if you're watching, but doubt it. Yeah, so the interview was alright. There wasn't too much really to talk about, but yeah, the most interesting part was the injury. Where is it? Oh yeah, here. My injury was really serious. The flexor tendon was broken. So yeah, we finally got clarification. Nicola, you need to educate yourself. Well, I guess not everyone is into the hip hop rap world. First of all, you don't spell it like that. It's Jay-Z. Um, JZ4 is obviously Javier Zanetti. um, but yeah, he's a famous rapper, but like, more old school. But yeah, definitely one of the greatest of all time. But yeah, this was the most interesting takeaway from the interview, because it gave us finally the real meat, or like the actual, clarification of what happened. Because Inter clearly lied, or they lied, or they misdiagnosed. Like I've been saying this for a while now, because it pretty much became clear after he came back that either he re-aggravated it, or they just misdiagnosed at the beginning and it was really serious. And yeah, clearly it was really serious, because they were talking about, a tear, as in like maybe a small injury. That was the original communication by Inter. But no, this guy said it was torn, like broken. So yeah, so that explains it. Also, that, people were saying, "Oh, he's saving himself for the World Cup." Oh, this, that, he's finished. Like this is, this, and he said himself, "This is my first serious injury in 13 years." Like he says it somewhere, because that's like when you look at his record. Apart from Chelsea last year, when you could see there was something as well, but he never really gets injured like this. And he says, I'm someone who comes back fast. Like we know this from his time at Inter. Like this guy was an absolute machine. It's the first time in 13 years. My home is like a hospital to return quickly, but this time I didn't succeed. Like, yeah, he clearly takes care of himself as well. He's got all the equipment at home to take care of injuries and recovery. But yeah, in this case, it was just, bad luck. Sometimes it is just that. I know we've been saying like, oh, he misses Pintus, he misses Conte, which is probably, there's truth to that as well. But at the same time, if you tear a muscle, it's very unlucky. He doesn't want to be tearing his muscle, does he? Thank you, Nikhil. Hope you have had a happy new year. And no worries about missing the live. You can always rewind back. Oh, we've got Luka Modric in the house. We've got some legends in the house today. We got Dusan Vlahovic, we got Modric. Where's the Inter players? What else was interesting from the interview? He talked about the World Cup. He said I only played with two training sessions. I played the World Cup. Then I rested for 5 days and started from zero. And then they destroyed me here for 10 days. Now I have a lot of he's got a lot of energy and wants to do the talking on the pitch, which I hope he does. He's really good at talking off the pitch, Lukaku, but we need him to do that talking on the pitch now. We've paid enough money for this guy. It's a very expensive loan, big salary. So yeah, he needs to come through in his last 6 months. What else? Yeah, honey-filled words for Inter fans. They're the best fans in the world. They always help me, blah, blah, blah. We know, bro. We know. Yeah, he said, I thought they would be angry with me, but, no, every time he scores, he does get a lot of love. You can see at the stadium. And apart from like the Curva Nord, I think everyone pretty much forgive them almost straight away. And yeah, this was also the interesting part, which we already know, but, he wants to stay at Inter. He wants to stay Inter in the future. He wants to sort out the situation with Chelsea. Inter is the club with who have won the love of the fans and the club and my teammates. Yeah, he's twerking for us again. But I don't know if he will. To be honest, that loan is very expensive, and at the moment I don't see us renewing that loan again, and we're definitely not buying him on permanent. So we'll have to see. And then yeah, this quote he got clowned for a lot, saying Inzaghi knows how to stimulate players, knows how to find the lion inside me. We definitely haven't seen that lion as of yet under Inzaghi. But Hope he's right in terms of generally. Then what else he say? He's happy for Lautaro winning the World Cup. Oh yeah, here the Dzeko one. I talked about this on my video the other day. Remember, guys, when I said about their relationship off the pitch, and yeah, he confirmed it. I've always had an excellent relationship with Dzeko, even in the Premier League. People don't know it. And yeah, I talked about this as well in that video. When I arrived at Inter, he was supposed to come as well, and then he didn't come. But we're always there, respectful. We are totally different on the pitch. We can help each other. Yeah, as I said in my match review of the Sassuolo game, Conte wanted a Dzeko Lukaku partnership up front. Whether it was as a backup to Lukaku or just or with Lukaku, but that was one of Conte's visions, having these two guys, because they're not the same player. Like, we know Dzeko, he looks like an old school centre forward, but he's not. He likes to roam around, be behind almost the guy, which is really odd and weird. So yeah, I think it's a partnership that can work, and I think, in my opinion, I think it will be Dzeko, Lukaku starting against Napoli. Yeah, we know he doesn't want to go back to Chelsea 100%, Eduardo. He is definitely not going back. Nicola says he's all talk, no action. We'll see. Koulibaly, I think he will start performing. I think it all depends on him staying fit. That's the problem with Lukaku. He has to stay fit and then play for like match after match after match, and then he gets into shape. He is that type of his body type, his body shape. He needs 3-4 games, like full 80-90 minutes to get into like actual match rhythm. Like, it takes him longer than most other players, so it's harder for him, but he needs that, and we need that, and I think he will. And I think in Serie A I think he still can make a big difference with his physicality, his athleticism, and his finishing ability. As I said, like, the board just seems to be gravitate towards him sometimes. I think he will be helpful 100%. And his penalty taking ability, which I hope he hasn't lost, because that was completely clutch. 100% penalty taking record. So yeah, I think he will start performing. But yeah, after such a long time out with injury, and I don't think we're going to see the same Lukaku for sure that we saw on the Conte. But I hope he helps us cut the gap to Napoli and Milan. That's what I hope, and at least delivers us top 4. And then I hope he delivers what I want from Lukaku. Is I want him to deliver the important goals in the Champions League, which is something he hasn't done for us in the past. I want him to deliver the goals against Porto that take us to the next round. That's what I want from him. Yeah, currently there's no argument here for sure in terms of importance to the team and what he's actually done for the team this season. There's no denying Dzeko to Lukaku, but of course, at this stage of his career, Dzeko, surely Lukaku should be able to overtake him once he's fit, hopefully. Redemption arc is loading. I hope you are right. I have a feeling we beat Napoli. Team feels hungry and ready to go. Let's see. We have pretty easy games in the league coming now and harder. Yeah. So let's finish up with the fixtures. The only ones who could stop Lukaku and the Conte were Chiellini and De Ligt. Yeah. You always struggled against Juve. I think Tomori and Kalulu will probably be able to stop him. I think those are the two types of centre backs that will live. They can live with Lukaku physically, athletically. Because when Lukaku bullied Milan, it was when Kier was playing or Romagnoli were playing. So I think Tomori and Kalulu will probably be able to handle him. So yeah, we have it's a mix of January. So we start off really hard with Napoli, and then we go away to Monza, which isn't as hard, but I don't want to underestimate them either. Then Coppa Italia, Parma, hopefully full rotation here from Inzaghi. Then Verona is always a tricky one, Hellas Verona, but this year they're kind of stinky. Then we got the Super Cup, 4 days in Saudi Arabia. So it'll be a tricky one just because of the travel as well involved in that. And then coming back, we've got Empoli at home, which is good. That's a good fixture to come back. Yeah, this is actually quite good. Between the Super Cup, we've only got, Verona and Empoli, which is good. And then Cremonese after that, which is really good. It gives you like that bit of buffer in a difficult period. And then we've got the league derby, 5th of February, which is, really, really important. And then Sampdoria and Udinese. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, even between the Porto game, it's quite good. Ooh, but then we've got Juventus straight after the Porto game, the second Porto game. But yeah, our fixtures for the next couple of months are not too bad. But we need to get the 3 points against Napoli. That can, I think this could really change our season around. Start off strongly, get a big win straight away, something we haven't been able to do this whole season. I'll count the Atalanta one, I'll count it in. But, I want a win against Napoli or AC Milan, Juve, these teams. These are the teams we need to be beating. Yeah. So let me finish up. See your last few comments. Yeah, Lukaku is a little bit cursed in the in the Champions League. You should see Romelu in training. He's a beast. Thank you, Denzel, for that inside knowledge. Brian Paulson, what's up, brother? So I can restart my membership. I was confused. I want to support you. Sorry to arrive late. Oh, no worries, Brian. So basically, no. At the moment, YouTube has closed any monetization for my channel, so I'm not able to accept any super chats or ad revenue or memberships, anything like that. So yeah, nothing at the moment. But I thank you for your support. I think you, Brian, and a few other guys were one of the people that started the membership like when I started it last year. So I think you've been a member for like over 12 months. I really, really appreciate your support to the channel. But yeah, I'll let you guys know on the outcome of the situation with YouTube. As I said, it'll probably be next month now because I can only apply at the end of this month, reapply for that partnership, the YouTube partnership. So yeah, but thank you, Brian, for your continued support. All the support that you can give me right now, guys, is thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, spread the word to other Interisti, maybe someone that may not have heard of my channel. That would be nice. I'm on road to 5K. How far are we actually from 5K? What are we on? It'd be nice to get to 5K. We're on 4,883. So what's that? 5,000 minus 4,833. 867 subs. Can we get that? I'm sure we can get that before the end of January. That would be nice. That would be great. Get to 5K. Yeah, and then we'll see where the channel can go if YouTube actually want to play ball with us. If we're serious, we should win every game in January. Yeah, really, really and truly, that's the truth. Because after the start you've had, unfortunately, that's what it means. If you have a bad start, then you have to make up for it at some point. At some point in this season, we have to create like a streak that's like an amazing streak of like back-to-back wins. That's the only way you can recover from such a bad start. And the only reason we're up there is actually like the no draw thing is really weird. Like we haven't drawn a game this season, but it weirdly helps us because usually draws also, take every time you draw, you take those 2 points away. But we've just lost those games. So we've either won or lost. So we've got the second most wins. Us and Milan have got the second most wins. We both got 10 wins in the league, but they've got 2 losses and we've got 5. But weirdly, we're 3 points behind them. But yeah, to make up for that awful start, we have to be winning pretty much every game this January. I agree. And definitely just because you can't lose to Napoli. You can't lose to Napoli at home. And we've been good at it with Napoli at home. We've been beating them, I think, for the last 4 seasons. Someone said earlier in the Discord, I believe. Yeah, they might look off, but they're better than our defense still. They've conceded 15. We've conceded 22. But I'm talking about like stylistically, those are the types of defenders that have good time against Lukaku because they're able to go into him, press him, like because physically they're not going to suffer him, and if he runs in behind, they can keep up. I think we need to let the boys cook. Yeah, I think Lukaku will come up good in the restart of the season. I hope you are right, Adriel. You want to talk about Brozo being injured again? Oh yeah, Brozovic injury. So Inter just released a statement a couple of hours ago. So he will definitely be missing the Napoli game, probably the Monza game as well, and then we'll have to see. So it's a calf strain or something, some sort of soreness to his lower left calf, which is not ideal. Though this we'll be starting 2023 with Brozovic back in the starting 11. But I'm also not really low-key that sad because Hakan has been so good in that position. Honestly, as I keep saying, I prefer Hakan in that position than as a Mezzala, because I'm not the biggest fan of Hakan in the Mezzala position. But as in the CDM position, I'm really, really impressed by him. So actually, we have got a very good replacement at the moment in Hakan. But I hope he is back soon, because I would like to see that rotation in midfield a little bit more. And yeah, see how Brozovic copes with this pressure coming from Hakan. You step up to it. Yeah, it's not been a great season for Brozovic this year. He had the injury, but even before the injury, he hasn't had the greatest start of the season, performance-wise. Last year, obviously, he won Midfielder of the Year. So yeah, it's been a frustrating season. And he had a good World Cup. He recovered just in time for the World Cup, and then he got injured at the World Cup as well for the last game for Croatia, and he was breaking all sorts of records as usual, as he does those running kilometers records. But yeah, we definitely need Epic Brozo back as soon as possible for Inter. Thanks for this gift of your work. It's great to learn more and more into details of current play and history. No, thank you, Brian. I'm glad that you enjoy the comment and the content. Thank you, Mattia, for reminding everyone. UCL games versus Porto, I think you'll get a bunch of subs. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, Champions League usually draws some more eyes and things onto the channel. And yeah, I'm sure as Inter return and we do match reactions, match previews, more and more people will come to the channel. Can you negotiate for get paying supposed to be drip them? Oh yeah, thank you, Brian, for reminding me. Actually, there was a quick news around. So apparently, Digital Bits was still going to be stuck with them for the next few games, because I thought we were just going to get rid of them after the new year, but apparently they're not going to. Even though they haven't paid us, we're still not getting rid of them. I really don't understand Inter's stance on this. So apparently, Hisense, which is a Chinese manufacturer, appliance manufacturer, which I think they're quite famous, aren't they? They've become a potential candidate to take over the sponsorships, and Leo Vegas as well. But in Italy, the betting companies are banned from being your main sponsors or on the t-shirt sponsors. So I think that's unlikely unless there's some rule changes that I didn't know about. Yeah, we got eBay, which was the side sleeve sponsorship. So yeah, that's still another ongoing stupid story development that needs to be resolved ASAP. But yeah, it just shows the state of our club at the moment. Painful, but yeah, that would be nice. As long as they pay. I don't really honestly care at the moment who comes in, as long as they pay. Yeah. Yeah, Nicolas has said, I'll do the match preview tomorrow, but I think it will be Lukaku Dzeko. I don't think Lautaro will be match fit. Bryce Aslani can get more comfortable with the big boys too. Yeah. If Simone gives him time, I hope this gives Aslani a little bit more time to play. Because honestly, with Brozovic and Hakan, he's not going to get any playing time. I hope he plays more as a Mezzala as well, because yeah, he needs to be rotated around. The youth squad doesn't wear digital bits on their kit, and there's the women team. Yeah, the women team always have they usually have their own sponsor. Because last year they had MasterCard. But yeah, the youth team took it off, and then they took him off the website. But I don't understand why they're not being taken off the actual shirts. So yeah, I don't know. You better start me. Yeah, don't worry, Denzel. You are the starting right wing back. 100%. You'll be my starting right wing back. Sky have also released the expected lineup. Apparently, Juan Jesus starts for Napoli. Oh, they're out already. Let's have a quick look then. And I missed the probabili formazioni. And yeah, guys, of course, do your fantasy Serie A lineups as well, guys. Remember. Yep, by the looks of it, this is tomorrow's predicted, or the day after tomorrow's predicted lineups, and yeah, that's pretty much what I would go for. De Vrij is coming back from an injury, so Acerbi makes sense. Hakan, as we know, as we just talked about, because of Brozovic's injury. Mkhitaryan, yeah, Di Marco and Lukaku Dzeko up front. That's the yeah. And the only injury at the moment is Brozovic. That's good. Yeah, Belanova unfortunately just didn't convince in this mid preseason period. He didn't grab his opportunity with both hands. He wasted it. But again, I hope he does still get minutes at the end of games, or like in the Coppa Italia against Parma. Like, I hope Inzaghi still gives him time to prove himself, because we have an option to buy on him. It's not an obligation, and I don't think I think his raw ability is good enough to like work on him. I don't want to like flop him, but yeah, he needs to wake up. If he wants to grab the opportunity. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that 1 hour 25 minutes live stream. Quite a long one by my standards. I usually cap it around an hour. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Updated you guys on the Skriniar, Lukaku, all that kind of stuff situation, injuries, sponsorship situation. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Yeah, as I am getting better health-wise, so I'll be posting more often. Yeah, nothing's changing on the channel, guys. I will be still posting. Just because of being demonetized, I'm not gonna stop posting. I still enjoy doing videos. But as I said, yeah, long term, if YouTube don't reopen the partnership thing for me, then I may have to rethink my strategy. But otherwise, nothing's changing. We keep going. No one's stopping us. Hopefully, no one's stopping Inter. We smack Spalletti on his bald head on Wednesday night. Tomorrow, quick match preview. So keep a lookout on the channel. Thank you, everyone that's come through. Appreciate you all. Thank you for all the nice words and the New Year wishes. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day and evenings wherever you are. Ciao, ragazzi. Always, Forza Inter.